was born in a land of plenty, served his country overseas, worked hard to raise his family and have some security. He was looking forward to retirement, a little condo somewhere in the sun. Now they say we just can't afford it, 'cause all of the money is gone. He's the last American worker, and they've got him dead in their sights. They're taking away everything that he worked for. Somebody turn out the lights. He invested his savings on Wall Street. Now they're worth 2 cents on the dime. The boys who lost all his money got a bonus and a bailout at the same time. His house, it's worth less than his mortgage, and he can't make the payments anymore. And the bank is talking foreclosure since they shipped his job off to Bangalore. He's the last American worker, and they've got him dead in their sights. They're taking away everything that he worked for. Somebody turn out the lights. Now he used to go and see a doctor before his waistline got thick. Now his insurance costs half his income, still won't cover him when he gets sick. And they passed a national health program for all of the people to share. And they say we just can't afford it, and gave a tax cut to all the millionaires. He's the last American worker, and they've got him dead in their sights. They're taking away everything that he works for. Somebody turn out the lights. Now the governor had a vision of the future. All the children in public schools were staring at the same on-screen teacher, broadcasting from Bombay or Fanjul. They all memorize the same test answers. They grow up a nation of fools and re-elect the same politicians who send their own kids off to private schools. He's the last American worker, and they've got him dead in their sights. They're taking away everything that he worked for. Somebody turn out the lights. He still votes in every election for God-fearing candidates, each and every one. They tell him they're gonna end abortion, and they're never gonna take away his gun. And they go off to Washington or Tallahassee and play the corporate millionaires game. Send his kids off to war till there's no money anymore, and then they tell him he's the one to blame. He's the last American worker, and they've got him dead in their sights. They're taking away everything that he worked for. Somebody turn out the lights. Yeah, they're taking away everything that he works for. Somebody turn out the lights.
Thank you, darling. Well, hey, everybody and anybody. Let me see here. Well, I don't see any comments. Appears I sang that song for myself. Maybe nobody could find us. I don't know. But okay. Let's see if let's go over here for a minute. Yeah, let's pin that. Okay. Well, it says that 6 are watching on YouTube, and I think the chat is enabled, so it would be helpful if somebody just posted that you can hear me and that the sound is okay. Same thing on Facebook. I'm not seeing if there's any comments here. Just kind of get the sense that somebody can actually hear it. All the world has stopped its sound. Listen, you can hear the silence. Come and take a look around. All the trees are still and sleeping. You can almost hear them breathe. Come tomorrow, I'll be going. Would you ever go with me? Calling, all the stars are clear and bright. You can hear the band of angels. Come and see the ancient light. All the flowers are still and peaceful. You won't hear the birds and bees. Come tomorrow, I'll be going. Would you ever go with me? song from Rants and Romance.
Ray just texted me.
Oh, what'd he say?
Hi, Nicole. I assume Rod's not playing live right now. If he is, nothing coming through YouTube, Facebook, or website.
Well, he's wrong. I'm looking at it on Facebook, and
14 p.m.
and also, okay, text him back and tell him that it moved on YouTube but it is there. Just tell him to search for it. Look over on the right-hand panel. It's there. And on Facebook, it's there too. It's on both my pages on Facebook.
Moved on YouTube?
Yep, it moved on YouTube. Yes, John changed all my settings last week when he did the Phil Oakes show, and it appeared in a different place when it came on tonight. So
it moved on YouTube. John changed all his settings.
it moved on YouTube, but it is there. I'm looking at it, and
So what? Just search for.
yeah, just search for Rod MacDonald Live, October 12, 2025, with a comma after the 12. And
Oh, he's texting me back.
and on yep, sounds good. Hello, Barbara. Hi. I think I know who you folks are there. I know that email address. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's play a couple songs here for you guys. I played this song, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something, and I ended up taking it down because I was dissatisfied with it, and have changed a handful of words. So I thought I'd give it another try and see how it goes. This song was inspired actually by my wife, Nicole. I'll tell you afterwards why. September 10, 2025. 2 Americans were shot the same day. One was a political operative speaking 400 miles away from a school where Matthew Silverstone was a student at recess that morn, when a 16-year-old boy with a pistol walked up and shot him down. Are you looking for someone to mourn? Something to make sense of it all. Why don't you just look around you? You might as well mourn for us all. The news made the political operative a star with powerful friends. He'd organize many young voters to vote for the president. Called the Civil Rights Act a mistake. Said Jews funded anti-white clubs. A white supremacist Christian nationalist shot him down for not being racist enough. Are you looking for someone to mourn? Something to make sense of it all. Why don't you just look around you? You might as well mourn for us all. The president seemed disappointed. The shooter wasn't leftist, immigrant, or black. So to honor his operative's memory, he flew the flag at half-staff. And because he so loved freedom of speech, with his very next breath, he told his people to go after everyone who celebrated his operative's death. Are you looking for someone to mourn? Someone to make sense of your tears? Why don't you just keep on moving? There's nothing to see around here. as the operative himself would have done, who said school kids shot were an acceptable price for everyone's right to have guns, for everyone's right to have guns. Matthew Silverstone never told women they should obey their husbands, and when a black woman gets a college degree, it's only at the expense of a white man, or that gays should be stoned to death, or that church and state were entwined, or that Martin Luther King was an awful person, so the media paid him no mind. It was the political operative said all these things, so his death made all the headlines. Are you looking for someone to mourn? Something to make sense of it all? Why don't you just look around you? You might as well mourn for us all. Well, that's called Matthew Silverstone. You know, sometimes it's good to sing these songs now, because by the time I get around to making a CD, I'll probably have, you know, who knows how many songs I'm working on at the time. And that's just how it goes. I was hanging out at Mark Dan's not long ago, this summer, and Mark said to me, "How come we never play this song anymore? We recorded it for White Buffalo, but of course in those days you could only get 24 minutes on the side of an LP, and with most of my songs being 4 or 5 minutes long, that meant pretty much 5 songs a side, and we left quite a few songs off that we played. So I said, well, okay, and we played it a couple times, and it was kind of fun. And I didn't write this song particularly from personal experience. I wrote it because I lost a bet. I was hanging out with my friend Matthew Bodenheim, who's no longer around, but was a pal of mine who used to come by late at night at my house in the village, and we'd just sit and talk. And we talked a lot about books we'd read. And one night we were talking about Suzanne Vega's song Calypso, which I always really liked and still do. Think it's a beautiful song. And Matthew said she could have written that song. It's about a goddess from the Odyssey, Ulysses, Odysseus' journey back from the Trojan War. Not the song, but the book is the Odyssey. And Matthew said she could have written that song after reading one page of the Odyssey. It's all on the very first page. And I said, nah, that's impossible. And he said, I'll bet you that's true. And so we made a bet. I forget what he put up, but he told me that if I lost, I had to write a song. And he was right, or at least he was right enough. Suzanne might not think that that's all she read. I'm sure she probably read the whole thing, but he kind of demonstrated to me that you could have pulled that off. So I ended up writing this song, and that's how this one got written. I particularly like the music of this song. You know I don't mind working, bringing home my pay. For something I believe in, I'll go out of my way. And a friend will keep you going when you think you can't go on. And the night will make you restless, you can't go home. Can't go home, must be in some trouble deep. I need someone to love me, who can you be? But I'm bone tired, and I'm desperate for sleep. And I need someone to love me, where can you be? Oh, a woman is another kind of person in this life. I don't get the same attraction from the look in a man's eye. And I try to keep from noticing, but I'm drawn there like a fire that will even burn its own house down to keep on reaching higher. Higher and higher, how high can you reach? I need someone to love me, who can you be? I need someone to love me, where can you be? Love is like an ocean, deep and green and blue. You set your sail out on it, let the winds pull you through. Sometimes you end up stranded on some beach you never knew, where everyone's a stranger and the waves all slap at you. It's wind and water, it's the sand and sea. I need someone to love me, who can you be? Oh, it's a gypsy melody. I need someone to love me, where can you be? An oldie. All right. Well, let's check a couple comments out here, just see what's going on. Sounds good. Probably have to go out and come back in. Took me a few tries. Some requests, okay. John Lavin, are you related to Christine? Are you affiliate of Lavin Enterprises? Can't tell. Okay. Hello, Rebecca. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And I get you folks are on YouTube. Let's just check over here on Facebook for a moment, see if anything's going on. Hi, Julia. I think that, I'm not really sure, but I think that folks on YouTube are seeing a better quality video than on Facebook. I think Facebook limits it to a certain size. It is kind of fairly low resolution compared to YouTube. I'm not really sure, but I think so. Well, let's do see if we can do a request here. I don't sing this song very often. Probably should. street I grew up on was out in the country, between the mountain and the town. We dug holes to China, played two-man baseball. There were so few kids around. In the summer I put blackberries on a table out by the edge of the road. Every day I'd take those quarters left there in the basket. I must have been 8 years old. We built us a stockade out in the backwoods. We slept there on the summer nights. We'd build us a campfire, take a portable radio, listen to the ball games and the fights. In the morning we'd cook up bacon and eggs in a skillet, eat 'em up and head for home. Spend the day out swimming down at a rocky bottom. I must have been 12 years old. But I never knew when I was a young man how much I would someday recall. The days of my life out in the country. Now I want to remember them all. Then I got me a job loading peaches and apples. I traded my bike in for a car. School was just about finished. We'd go out with our girlfriends. I'd always take my guitar. We'd go to the drive-in, or maybe build us a campfire. Around midnight we'd take those girls home. Then we'd climb that mountain and stay up there all night. I must have been 18 years old. But I never knew when I was a young man how much I would someday recall. The days of my life out in the country. Now I want to remember them all. One day I went back home to the house of my family to help them travel to the south. There were new streets all around and an interstate highway, too many houses to count. I said that's just the way of the world and its progress. The old ways can't forever hold. And we loaded up that car and drove into the distance. I must have been 28 years old. Now I see a young boy riding on a bicycle, weaving his own way on down the road. His ear to a radio, basket full of newspapers. Well, you just can't imagine him old. And I want to ask him, have you seen my old girlfriend? Where do those blackberries grow? Can you still see our house from the top of the mountain? Ah, but that was all so long ago. And I never knew when I was a young man recall the days of my life out in the country. Now I want to remember them all. Out in the country, that's from Then He Woke Up. You know, it's funny, I'm looking at the Facebook screen, which is 7 seconds or so behind me in what I'm actually doing. So I see what I've done. A couple of times I look at the screen and I see this guy who looks like a deer in the headlights. And I think, where was I in the song? Because I'm not hearing the sound from it. I'm playing, you know. It's funny. It's just a funny reaction that you have. I think on some of these songs, you know, that I haven't sung in a while, when you start them, you kind of wonder, am I going to remember all of this? You know, it's been a while since the last time I sang that particular song, maybe, or something like that. Okay. Let's try another new song, just for fun. Let's see if I got this here. I was on Michael Stock's show recently down in Miami, and Michael Stock's a longtime DJ down here. He's been on WLRN in Miami for 40-something years, I think. And in fact, when I first came to Florida, before I ever lived here, years before I ever lived here, Michael invited me on his show. Christine Lavin actually arranged for us to get in touch with each other, and invited me on his program. And then he asked me if I wanted to play a concert while I was here, and I ended up working for the South Florida Folk Club that they had just started. And the Folk Club still exists. It just merged about a year ago with the Broward County Folk Club, so now there's one big folk club in South Florida, and they put on the South Florida Festival every year. I think it's the first weekend of, it's January 31 and February 1st this year, and I'm in it again, and honored to be there. Always a lot of fun. So if you're planning on a vacation to Florida, I recommend coming that weekend. Tickets aren't particularly expensive. Some good people are in it, I think. I know Mad Agnes is in it. I think John McCutcheon is coming into play. Myself, Elijah Wald, the author of the book Dylan at Newport, that they used as the source material for the movie A Complete Unknown, is going to be performing. He's a devotee of old-time fingerpicking blues, and very good at it. And if you're around that week, in fact, you could come to Florida Atlantic University, where I'm interviewing Elijah on stage for one of those kind of a conversation with type evenings about his books. He's written several definitive books. He does serious research. He's also the person who completed Dave Van Runk's memoir, The Mayor of McDougal Street, which Dave hadn't finished at the time that he passed away. Elijah got it together to get it published. So if you're here January 30, 31st, and February 1st, I think, or maybe 31 to February 2nd, whatever the weekend is the South Florida Folk Festival. I don't care what party you're in, I don't care what you're trying to do. If you're just here to keep people from voting, brother, you're bound to lose. I don't care if you don't like what I say, or how much somebody's paying you. If you're not here for my right to speak freely, brother, you're bound to lose. Brother, you're bound to lose. I don't care how much money you have, or how much better you think that makes you. If you're getting rich, making disrespecting the beliefs of others, brother, you're bound to lose. Brother, you're bound to lose. I don't care how much power you have or what enemies you're gonna pursue. If you're not here for everyone's freedom, brother, you're bound to lose. Brother, you're bound to lose. A rare short song. What got into me beats me. Well, let's check the comment page just a moment over here. We need someone to love us. Where can they be? Joe Lavin said. Joni Lavin. Not Joe. Joni. Okay. I was going through some recordings of the Greenwich Village Folk Festival this week. I collected all of my particular performances, which were, a few months apart sometimes. February, so far I've really listened to September of 2020 and February of 2021 and a couple others. But I play this song in almost every live concert that I do, but I hardly ever play it in these streaming concerts. So I played it in the September 2020 concert, and I think it's the only time I've ever played it in a Greenwich Village Folk Festival, even back in the days when they were live in the Village in the Washington Square Church. But anyway, I guess I'm not sick of it yet. New York City rain, I don't know if it's making me dirty or clean. Went for the subway, but there was no train, and the tunnel was crumbling for repairs again, and the sign said, "Welcome to American Jerusalem." Oh, I've been around. You could spend forever looking for a friend in this town, and all you get to do is lay $1 down till you're stumbling drunk up the stairs again, and the sign says, "Welcome to American Jerusalem." In the temples of American Jerusalem, they buy an ounce of South African gold. They don't care who was bought or sold, or who died to mine it. In the temples of American Jerusalem, they buy an ounce of Marseille white. Somewhere on a street with no light, somebody dies trying it. Somewhere in a crowd, looking that kind of way that makes you turn around, will be somebody who knows what it's about. She's gonna take the ribbons from her hair again and welcome you to her American Jerusalem. Pretty people wonder what they're on and how they afford it. In the ashes of American Jerusalem, the prophets live their deaths out on the corner. The pretty people say there should have been a warning, nobody heard it. Then shadows lick the sun. The streets are paved with footsteps on the run. Somebody must have got double, 'cause I got none. I forgot to collect my share. So go west to breathe the cleansing air again. Go Niagara for your honeymoon again. Go on the road if you're going to sing your tune again. Go to sea to learn to be a man again, till you come on to American Jerusalem. Okay. Hey, you know, we were in Niagara on the 4th of July this year, weren't we? Nicole and I and Elliot went to Niagara Falls on July 4th this year, which was pretty fun. We were on the Canadian side. We were hanging out in Toronto for a couple of weeks, and we had a chance to go down to Niagara Falls, but we decided not to cross the border and go in from the American side, but to watch from the Canadian side, which I'd always heard was a better view of the falls, and actually I think it is, because from the American side you're kind of above them, and you're actually looking down at the surface where the falls land, but from the Canadian side you're facing directly at the biggest of them across the water, and you get to see all the boats that pull up right in front of it. And then the fireworks came over, and they shot the fireworks off from the American side, and they were pretty good. Actually, a pretty good fireworks display. One thing America does really well is fireworks displays. We're really pretty good at it. Huge waste of money, probably, but, you know, one of those things. All right. Well, I was thinking of playing this one tonight anyway, so let's have it. I'll go at it, just for fun. walked in the room, my heart went boom. I couldn't take my eyes off of you. You're so full of grace, the smile on your face took everything into view. And I knew right then I would give anything just to have you in my life. And the best thing of all is you're already my wife. You're already my wife. We can mess around, we can be alone together. We can paint the town, stay out all night long. We can go home whenever. Now that it's quiet, won't you come by my side? I need your love all my life. The best thing of all is you're already my wife. Well, I know what you're thinking. What's he been drinking? All the loving we did was so good and righteous, so very delicious. Honey, that's how we got these kids. Crowd like the moon through the clouds, leaving nothing but starlight behind. And if they would ask me, I'd say you amaze me, looking so real and so fine. If you're dreaming of living the sweet life with someone who love you near and far, take a good look, baby, 'cause you already are. You're already my wife. We can mess around, we can be alone together. We can paint the town, stay out all night long. We can go home whenever. Now that it's quiet, won't you come by my side? I need your love all my life. And the best thing of all is you're already my wife. Somebody pinch me, baby, 'cause you're already my wife. Let's do this. Whenever we measure life's greatest treasures, the simplest of pleasures is often most high. To hold and to cherish a love that won't perish, and to walk in the highlands with you by my side. Well, I remember the 1st of November, the frost on the heather. I followed the tide west through the highlands. Our ship sailed in silence, and never the highlands again have I spied. And how many lifetimes I've wandered since I took adventure my bride. How many good lives squandered, victory and justice denied. At the end of my story, come fortune or glory, or only to answer for blindness or pride. If there's a heaven, one thing I believe in, I'll walk in the highlands with you by my side. And how many lifetimes I've wondered since I took adventure, my bride. How many good lives squandered, victory and justice denied. End of my story, come fortune or glory, or only to answer for blindness or pride. If there's a heaven, one thing I believe in, I'll walk in the highlands with you by my side. I'll walk in the highlands with you by my side. Well, it's a little after 9 o'clock, everybody, and I've got my daughter Elena has to get up very early and go to school in the morning, so I'm going to say goodnight with that one, which feels okay to me. I hope that's okay for you. Thanks so much for joining me and listen. If you want to, this is a free show, obviously, but if you would like to donate anything, you can do that at paypal.me/donate to Rod. Donate to Rod is one word. I'm sure you can find that somewhere on these pages also. And I'll probably do this again in, I don't know when, end of the month or early November, something like that. And I hope you can join me then. In the meantime, have a good time, whatever it is you're doing. And if I don't see you before then, happy Halloween. Oh, let me mention a handful of things. Next Friday night, I'm in Brattleboro, Vermont, and next Sunday afternoon in White Plains, New York, at the Walkabout Clearwater Coffee House. All the details for these things are at rodmacdonald.com. You need to make an advance reservation for the Brattleboro show. It's a private house concert. The White Plains Walkabout Clearwater has advance tickets. Will save you, I think, $5, something like that, if you get them ahead of time, and the link on my website will take you right to the ticket link. If you're in South Florida, I have a couple lectures coming up in November for Florida Lifelong Learning, Florida Atlantic University Lifelong Learning. One is on Linda Ronstadt and Emmy Lou Harris, called The Sound of Her Voice, and one is called The Great Protest Songs. I thought it would be a good time to do a show of protest songs. That'll be some video, and I'll sing a few songs, probably live as well. And I think that's pretty much Oh, and on October 26th, 2 weeks from today, at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm providing the music for the Sunday service of the Community Church of Boston, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boston, which is you can find online. I think there's a link to it also on my website. And the woman speaking, Sarah Towell, is going to be talking about how people should have known from the first Trump administration what the second one was going to bring them, and worse. She's the author of a book, a comprehensive review of the first Trump administration, and predicted that it would be pretty close to what it is, I imagine. And I'll be singing 3 or 4 songs that morning. That's an online service. You can attend it from anywhere. If you're in the Boston area, you can attend it in person as well. I think that's what's on my calendar. And October 24, if you're in South Florida, Tracy Sands, Mike Anglin, and I will be at the Galway Shawl playing Irish folk songs mostly. And that's free. So hope I'll see you somewhere. Once again, the donation link is paypal.me/donate to Rod, one word, donate to Rod. And I guess that's all the news that's fit to remember. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for being with me, and I'll see you soon, I hope.